Hi, hello you beautiful souls. Thank you for joining me today. Carmen Dalput here. Today I'm going to talk about the beautiful, spectacular lunar eclipse we have tomorrow on the 25th of March. Here in Spain, where I am, it will be 7 o'clock in the morning. Of course, the eclipse itself, it takes about an hour for the whole eclipse to happen. But the peak of the eclipse will be here at 7 in the morning, Central European time, okay? So I just want to quickly share the energies that's coming through for the next 2 weeks. And we talk about this lunar eclipse because under this potency of this lunar eclipse, there is a pause as the eclipse is happening. There's a pause happening, okay? And that pause, as the eclipse is happening, there is a pause, but it's like a switch, a stop. It's like a reset. It's like a let's go again, but let's do it differently. Let's do it better. Let's do it more in alignment with who we are now and who we are becoming, okay? So this eclipse, the lunar eclipse, will expose something inside of you that can be significant, okay, or more than that. Okay, it can be something significant, small but significant, that can just be like an ending of the last 6 months. This is what I've learned, and this is how I'm going forward, and this is now changed and switched in me, and I can now see the change that's coming through, or I can see the shift that's coming through. Or it can be that and something major, okay? So this eclipse is bringing out, like I say, something that's going to be in your highest good going forward. Now this can be really uncomfortable, what's coming up, and this is so we are already on the unraveling of this, and some of you might already know what's coming up, or you just have this feeling that something is happening, but you don't know what is happening, right? So that will be, all of that will be revealed over the next 2 weeks before the solar eclipse, right? So this is coming up inside of you. It's what we call a shadow side, something that's been in the darkness of you, meaning that it's unconscious. You're not consciously aware of it, but you're now becoming consciously aware of it, right? And the moment we become consciously aware of something, it can significantly change our life, right? It's like a knowing this, that I no longer want to believe that is no longer part of me anymore. I've now shifted out of that way of being in relationships. Relationships is a big theme this lunar eclipse, okay? All relationships, all your close relationships, whether it is a romantic relationship, whether it is family, whether it is business partnerships, friendships, that's really coming through in this lunar eclipse, right? So like literally something can be blossoming in a relationship, like a relationship can move to the next step. A friendship can become more connected, more in tune, more understanding, and a business partnership can really move to the next level or fall apart. So that's all relationships can either move to the next level, or it is slowly starting to disintegrate, right? Because everything is a vibrational match, okay? So wherever you are at, if that vibrational match isn't made by the people in your life, that this lunar eclipse will clearly be showing. And that is the same for if you're working with people as well. Like for me, working with clients, that will be clearly coming up for me, which clients are a vibrational match and which is not, and which are the clients I really want to work with. And that's for every business. Where do you want to focus next? Where is your attention going next? That is in alignment with who you are and what you are creating. Same in a romantic relationship. Is this way of being in a relationship in alignment with where I'm going and want to create in my life? That's in my highest good. Okay? Now, what I am seeing is I'm seeing people that's been working on their relationships really hard the last 6 months, a year, stepping into the next level of beautiful relationships. But equally, I'm seeing relationships falling apart due to people no longer willing to put up with certain ways of being. So boundaries is another big one in this lunar eclipse. Have you got too many boundaries up? Are you not allowing people in? Are you not connecting enough? Or are you too open? Are you giving too much? Are you sharing too much? So that's also coming up. So this lunar eclipse, now I'm hesitant of saying this, but what's coming through this lunar eclipse can be life-changing. Okay, something's going to come up in some of us that can be absolutely life-changing. And life-changing that is really in alignment with your destiny, where you are going, right? So you are clearly also seeing what you've been working through on a much bigger life cycle, right? You are releasing it under this full moon tomorrow. So you're releasing this cycle that you've been healing for how many years? It can be a very long time, right? And you know that you are done with that way of being and feeling. So if you're thinking about that and you're interested in that, then look at your archetypes. What archetype are you done with? Okay, that is what's coming into play here. What archetype are you done with? So when you're done with an archetype, you move into another archetype. Okay, we're all moving through many archetypes at a time, but there's a significant one that is shifting and changing into a new archetype where you're going. So the next 2 weeks, be very mindful of how you are showing up in relationships, because remember, this is happening in everyone, whether you know it or not. If someone is not aware of the energies, they are also experience all this coming up inside of them. And so because this is about relationships, there can be a lot of arguments, a lot of aggression. So be mindful of that. And so when you are faced with an argument with a loved one, then it's best to say, you know what, let's just take a pause on this. Let's both of us go and have a think about this, and let's talk about this tomorrow or whenever, okay? Because there can be big fallouts within these energies that we will be in the next 2 weeks, but especially this week I'm seeing. Yeah, it depends, everybody's different, but so there is a big shift happening inside of us, depending on the cycles you've been moving through, and depending on how in alignment you are, how much you are in alignment. So I'm just listening. How much you are in alignment with your soul journey, your soul plan, right? So I'm just going to put it in a nutshell like that for you. So I'll make another video on the eclipse later in the week, but I just wanted to give you that nutshell view of this specific lunar eclipse tomorrow. So I highly recommend, as always, to just pause and note what's that feeling inside of you, and write it down. Write down whatever's coming up, because the moment we put something onto paper, and we can read it, it's like something is falling into place, like something's being revealed. It's almost like a map. It becomes a map. So I highly recommend, you don't have to journal every day, but try to just make time every day. I find that in the mornings first thing is the best, because a lot is happening at night time. So when we wake up in the morning and we can just sit down for 15 minutes and just write whatever's coming through, just start writing and just allow the pen to go, or the keyboard to go, and let it all out and see it in front of you. All right? Equally so, this is a very good time to every day connect with your soul, your team in spirit, or just find that time to be in nature, or to find that time to find that calmness within, especially when it's difficult, especially when you feel like, oh, I don't know what's going on, what is this emotions, what's happening. That is the time to really connect with those emotions, to let it come up. If you need to move. Sometimes it's very good to exercise, to allow these emotions or these feelings or these thoughts to flow. But then sit down and write it down. Pause every day. Find your center, and don't allow this to build up and become something big. Don't let the emotions build up, and don't let all the things build up, and then because then you're going to explode, right? So every day make some time to be calm and find that inner calmness through the breath, through being with your team in spirit, through being with you, who you really are. This is a eclipse season of unveiling the real you, the you behind the persona you put out for yourself and the persona you put out for the world. So there's a theme here of really realizing what you are believing about yourself, or what you think you believe about yourself. This persona you put on, who you want to be, but who's not in alignment with you really. So there's something about this coming up, about this is not really you, and the real you wants to come out, and that's significant, right? So thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe. I deeply appreciate it. It helps me and it helps my channel. And if you want to book a discovery call with me to see how I can help you, then please do. Have a beautiful, beautiful eclipse and a full moon. Much love to you. Bye.